In 2000, the European Union joined world leaders at the United Nations Millennium Summit in a pledge to reduce global poverty and save millions of lives. 8 Millennium Development Goals were agreed to be achieved by 2015, the MDGs. Since then, impressive progress has been made, but a lot remains to be done. The EU is making a major contribution to this progress and will again step up its efforts for the MDG target date of 2015. In the last 20 years, the world has made great progress in reducing poverty, and the goal for 2015 has already been achieved. But too many people worldwide still live in extreme poverty. With EU support, 7.7 million people received technical and vocational education and training between 2004 and 2012, improving their chances to earn a living for themselves. 46.5 million people were assisted through social transfers for food security. This included cash or other in-kind benefits provided on a regular basis to the poorest and most at risk. In developing regions, 9 out of 10 children go to primary school today, but too many children are still denied a basic education, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. With EU support, 13.7 million new pupils have been enrolled in primary education and 1.2 million primary teachers have been trained. Worldwide, gender parity has almost been reached in primary and secondary schools. Yet poverty is still an obstacle, with girls from the poorest households facing the highest barriers to education. Women continue to experience discrimination in many countries. Between 2004 and 2012, the EU has helped 300,000 female students enroll in secondary education. In 2011, almost 6% of children died before the age of 5 in developing regions, which is much lower than 2 decades ago, but still not good enough. With EU support, 18.3 million children were vaccinated against measles between 2004 and 2012. The number of mothers who die around the time of childbirth has dropped substantially in the last 2 decades, but it's still much too high. With EU help, over 7.5 million births have been attended by skilled health professionals, making sure that mothers and babies receive life-saving health care. Worldwide progress has been made in fighting HIV/AIDS and malaria. The numbers of new HIV infections are dropping. Fewer people die of malaria today, but the disease still kills hundreds of thousands every year, especially in Africa. 18 million insecticide-treated bed nets, financed by the EU, were distributed since 2004 to protect people from getting bitten by mosquitoes in their sleep. Nine out of 10 people in the world now have access to clean water. This MDG has been attained well before the deadline. But despite improvements, more than a third of the world's population still has no access to sanitation. Since 2004, the EU has helped to connect more than 70 million people to drinking water and to connect 24.5 million people to sanitation facilities. This helps avoid diseases such as diarrhea, which can be life-threatening, especially for children. The EU works towards more and better aid and is one of the most open markets for developing countries. Its funding for better transport links helps to promote trade and increase growth. 87,000 kilometers of roads have been maintained, constructed or rehabilitated since 2004 to allow faster and safer transport of goods and people. The EU helps to improve security and democracy worldwide, for example, by sending election observers. EU election observation missions have covered more than 711 million voters, supporting open, fair and free elections in many countries. The EU has contributed to the impressive progress on the MDGs and is intensifying its efforts to reach them by 2015. At the same time, it's involved in global discussions on a post-2015 agenda. The European Commission's position on an overarching framework is based on 5 crucial building blocks: basic living standards for all, sustainable growth, management of natural resources, equality, equity and justice, and tackling insecurity and state fragility. Ultimately, the goal is to agree on a global framework to eradicate poverty and achieve sustainable development towards a decent life for all by 2030.